You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Wait a minute.
I don't know for sure. This is back,
You're brushing your
talking
teeth
42
with Oral-B,
years ago.
and then you decide one day, oh, that vibrates. I bet that would feel good on my clit.
Yeah.
And then you put it down there, and then you said, oh, I got to wash my teeth now, and then you put it back up there?
No, I washed it off.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Why?
Disgusting.
I guarantee I am not the only one who's ever tried this.
It's uncomfortable to talk about sex, but sometimes it's important to get uncomfortable. Sex Talk with My Mom is the best mom-son podcast about sex.
It's the only one as well.
My mother is a cougar.
My son is a clown.
In a nutshell, my dad died, so my mother decided to create a YouTube channel all about sex, like all mothers do.
And then my son decides to use my material in his stand-up comedy routines.
And thus, Sex Talk with My Mom was born. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
We are chatting about sex. At least we try to talk about sex.
We do.
And then what happens?
We go off-railing.
Off the rails entirely. So if this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, know that it's a comedy show, and sometimes you'll hear about sex. Most times you'll hear about just shit going on in our lives.
By the way, I think sex does come up more than you're realizing.
Yeah, I try to pull us on topic. I find it very challenging to breathe in this room.
Okay.
I don't know what you do in this room when I'm gone, but it's like you put a dust buster in here and just spray dust everywhere.
That's exactly what I do.
So
why do I get blamed for everything in this godforsaken condominium?
Should we just launch into it?
Yeah, we should launch into it if you stop complaining. I'm
never complaining. In fact, last night at 1 a.m., I was not complaining. I was just informing you that I had a growth on my tongue.
It's now, I don't think it was 1:30, by the way. I think it was even later than that. It
was 1:05 a.m.
Okay, 1:05 a.m. I had been sleeping for 2 full hours, because I had already drank wine and smoked weed. So I was out like a light.
Why were you smoking? You smoked weed last night? We had a family dinner.
One hit of weed.
Before or after dinner?
Before sex.
Before sex?
Yes. It enhances orgasms.
So, but with me, you were sober.
No, I was drinking a glass of wine.
Oh, you're right. So you were fucked up all night long, it turns out.
Saturday and Sunday night.
Tremendous.
You know what? In a time of COVID, sometimes you need to get a little lighten up a little bit. Loosen up your buttons, baby.
All right. So
remember that song? Loosen up your buttons,
I remember
baby.
That fucking song. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I got a little message. You know, I have to figure out a way to dim my messages. They brighten. All I see is a light coming out from underneath the phone.
Oh, it's you. You have the phone tilted down, face down, and you
face down, and I still somehow sense that there's an urgent need to look at my phone. And I of course was right, because it was just a basic picture of a disgusting white fuzzy cotton-like growth on your tongue.
Yeah.
Saying, this is disturbing, or something along those.
This is problematic.
This is problematic. And what did I respond?
Well, you know, that's interesting that you saw that light come on and you read the text, and then you chose not to respond for another 3.5 hours. What the fuck is that about?
That I have no idea. I have no explanation, except that I think that when I found out about it, it was 3 in the morning.
Okay, so maybe you didn't wake up immediately. But I texted you this lovely image of my tongue.
It's disgusting.
At 1 in the morning,
and
1:02
if anybody
a.m.
wants to see it, where should we place it? On Patreon?
No, this is not going out into the world. Actually, it already has gone out to the world. I immediately upon sending this to you, I also sent it to my doctor at 1 in the morning.
Oh my God.
And I said,
It is unbelievable.
There's a growth on my tongue.
You told your doctor?
Immediately.
What do you have him on speed dial? What is that? Is he in your favorites?
He's on my email chain. We got a nice thread going. By the way, I haven't seen this doctor in 3 years.
Yes. And you just email him out of the blue at 1 o'clock in the morning. And did he respond?
His assistant did.
At 1 in the morning?
No, 10 a.m. this morning.
Okay, there you go.
I was thrilled with the response.
What was it?
You can still go to the same doctor we recommended you to go to 5 years ago.
All right, so maybe nothing is really wrong if you had it 5 years ago and you're still alive. It's the same damn thing you... It's way less than what it looked like in the picture. What did you zoom in on the picture?
Well, of course.
The most revolting thing I've ever seen.
Of course. So you respond to my text saying, nope, it's the same thing you had before.
Thank you.
Never even giving any of my my complaints the time of day.
No, I will not reinforce wackadoodle thoughts like that.
And then in the morning, you write, call me.
Yeah,
I thought something was wrong with you.
No, I called you and you didn't answer, and you had already called me. So
You said, call me. You know, it's a very disturbing text to get. Call me.
what am I supposed to write? Please call me.
Hey, someone's dead in the family when you say, call me.
You called me first.
So why are you texting me to call you?
Because when I did call you, why are we having this conversation on our podcast?
Okay, well, anyway, so I call you.
Wait a second. I just like to talk to the sneaky freaks for a second. Have you guys had this same conversation with someone in your life? Like they call you while you're in the shower. You don't answer because you're in the shower. You get out of the shower and you call them back and there's no answer. So you say in a text, call me. How does that get misconstrued to be anything,
It
problematic?
sounds very urgent. Call me. Just call me in a text. It's very urgent.
All right. Speaking of text.
Wait, hold on.
What?
So then I call you up and you said, it's nothing. Well, that's what you needed to. I didn't ask for your opinion. I just said this is problematic.
It's nothing, because it is nothing, because you've gone through this route.
Last night, this thing was such a big cotton wad on my tongue.
I know, it was disgusting.
I don't know how I have this thing. And
It's
then in the
normal.
morning, it's gone.
Yeah.
What's going on?
It's called nothing.
It's called serious types of cancer on
No,
my
it's
tongue.
not cancer on your tongue. Last time I went through this route, you have a friend that you always email him pictures of your genitals. That poor guy, he's an internist. He doesn't. He's got important things going on with COVID, and you're sending him pictures of your dick or your fucking tongue.
Yeah.
Did you send him a picture?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I
well,
would have sent to my own regular doctor.
get ready, Goose. You're gonna get a picture. You're gonna get a nice fuzzy white cotton growth-like thing. So disgusting. And I was actually at a dentist appointment with you when you had this same situation happen. The dentist said to you, I've seen way worse than this, like when the whole tongue is covered with this shit.
Mom,
he was a specialist in tongues.
Mom, we're talking way too long about my tongue. And can we please move off the conversation?
I can't think of anything more exciting for people. Right now, we've lost 90% of our sneaky freak audience.
I completely agree.
I like to tell them something about what's going on in my life.
I'd like to hear.
I'm learning to twerk, and there's a reason for my learning to. What's with the face?
You're always learning to twerk.
Well, this was okay. So I was so caught up in the election, as 99% of the people in the world were, I'm sure, this last week, and I got a little overexcited, and I said, if Joe Biden wins, I will do a twerking video on TikTok. I didn't realize that is going to cause another uproar. 30,000 views later and 1,000 overnight new followers want to see me twerk.
Oh, Jesus.
I said, I keep my promise. So I've been taking twerking lessons. So I went on YouTube and I did a twerking lesson there.
No way.
This is on my TikTok as well. Yep. They have twerking lessons there. It's a lot harder. This is just like pole dancing. You think it's easy and you think it's like, people have their snub up their nose. They don't realize it's difficult. It's an art.
They snub up their nose?
People snub up, stick their nose up in the air about strippers or pole dancers or whatever. It's a hard art.
Okay.
And then you think about people doing it on YouTube. You think, it's gonna be no big deal. It's hard to do it. So I tried doing it on YouTube and I thought I was doing well, and then I put it on TikTok. I got some complimentary responses, but then I had my good friend Nina Hartley come over Saturday night, and she's a fucking genius about everything. Of course, she was an expert at twerking, so she's got me with my ass in the air on our rooftop twerking with her.
And this is also on your TikTok.
I haven't put it out yet. I'm going to put it out. Get ready for Karen Lee Potter on TikTok if you want to see some serious twerk action going on.
And what is this? Every time you hang out with her, you ask me afterwards if you should do camming.
Well, they turn to me, her and her significant other, and they turn to me and they say, why don't you and Dee's do, you make such a hot couple. Why don't you do camming? You'd make a lot of money. I'm like, because, I'm doing all kinds of stuff with my podcast. I can't be doing camming.
This is the reason, because you have this podcast?
One of them, yeah.
That's
I have to walk the line. I've talked to Nina about this. She's like, she's already walked over that line like for 35 years of porn star business. I haven't walked over the line to show anything more than my feet.
Well,
so I don't think it's a good idea for me to be camming.
I don't feel comfortable even having cyber sex with someone.
Have you had that?
No.
You should try that. That's fun.
With who?
That's a good idea for
What, are
you.
you gonna have cyber sex with Gus?
No, you have a girl online. I'm sure there's plenty of them. By the way, we've got a lot of people commenting on you on Instagram, which we might go to right now because all these girls seem to be into your new look.
Really?
Yeah. I got, okay. One of the J_23 said, LMAO, he looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
Okay, that doesn't sound like someone's into my look.
But someone who's into the Scooby-Doo Shaggy look, I actually think it's, if you're interested in that, you should use cyber sex cam. That's a good
If you're
call.
into Scooby-Doo?
If you're into that look, yeah, why not? This is an opportunity that you're not taking advantage of. If you're thinking of sex as only penetration, you can be doing sexual stuff to yourself and somebody else on a screen somewhere in India could
be filming this shit, putting it all over the internet.
Well,
I don't need that shit.
So you could do what Nina and Wendy, her girlfriend, suggested we do. Put a ski mask over your head.
A ski mask?
I guess that would undermine the whole idea of your hair, though. So I don't know if this is going to work. Is Shaggy wearing? Yes,
First
Shaggy
of all, no
wears
one
a
said
cap.
I think this is a guy who said LMAO, laughing my ass off. He looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Where do you get that this is someone who wants to fuck me in a cyber context?
Well, this one says Sage Jackman #1. Karen, Cam's hair is so cute that long! ! Don't know why he would want to cut it with a little sad face. There is someone. I'm not sure male or female, but someone who might want to do cyber sex with you. And then someone else says, right underneath says, I am loving your hair now, Cam Rowena.
That is my grandmother's caregiver.
Yes.
She does not want to have cyber sex with me.
I didn't say she did, but she has an opinion about your hair.
Why is everyone weighing in on my hair? When did
Yeah.
this become a general discussion topic?
Well, then there's another, speaking of your...
What's going on?
Speaking of your Nana's caregiver's comments, she also commented on a video that I insisted the whole family do when I said, when you beg one of your kids for TikTok. It's also, I believe that it could be on Sex Talk with My Mom. It's also on Karen Lee Potter's channel. If you want to see that, the whole family is
We've hit
dancing.
the TikTok quota.
TikTok quota. Well, anyway, she said, again, Moina said, you nailed it, Cam. No, she didn't
What is
respond
this?
on anybody else in the family's dancing except you. So she feels like you nailed it.
You think my grandma's caregiver has a thing for me? Are you fucking kidding
She's
me?
married with a grown daughter, and I think she's very happily married. And I don't think
She's just very supportive of me.
she's supportive.
So why are you suggesting we have cyber sex?
Well, then somebody else asked another interesting question right underneath that. I can't read what it says. It's quite a lot of
Which
tiny-
one's Cam's brother?
Yeah, and I answered.
So Gerald's getting some love on this thing.
Which one is Cam's brother? I had to answer pink shorts.
That's very nice. I also like that Mr. Bean weighed in here on my dancing.
Mr. Bean did weigh in.
He said, does Dancing with the Stars know where you are?
That's because of the last video you did on TikTok.
I'm a phenomenal dancer. And
It-
Mr. Bean, they are very familiar with me.
So you celebrated it I celebrated by learning to twerk.
You're talking about the election?
the election
Yeah.
results.
Yeah.
And you celebrated.
I looked all around my neighborhood for the party. I found the party on the streets. And then I realized I don't want to be part of the party
So you went into your home.
because I don't, there's too many people drinking without the masks on
I
and
know.
spitting
I
everywhere.
bet you there's a lot of new COVID cases because of that. But anyway, so you go back home, and what possessed you, just out of curiosity, to do the most? I don't know what.
It's a good dance.
I don't know how to describe the dance.
It's a good dance.
You know what? If Kramer and Elaine from Seinfeld had a child, they would dance like you.
I think it's very good. Listeners,
You're dancing.
If please, I posted a video on @SingleCamComedy on Instagram. @SingleCamComedy. I would like you to go there and tell me if you don't think that is very skilled dancing.
I think it's all. I think I put it on TikTok too, on Sex Talk with My Mom.
Okay, so it's Sex Talk.
It's
with My
all
Mom as
over the
well.
place. It's everywhere.
Yeah. I think my dance skills are actually quite nice.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean, oh yeah?
It-
By the way, you didn't like what I was wearing either.
What the hell were you wearing?
I was
You were
wearing-
You
I-
look like
I
your
was-
grandfather. You know what? I think you're a 90-year-old in a 31-year-old body.
Thank you.
You dance
Actually-
like him. You look like him.
You're literally talking about my grandfather.
Yeah.
You think I become my grandfather?
Yeah.
I would like to share something, a life update with you.
Please do.
So, I've been spending a lot of time here.
Where?
In your condominium, as
Yes.
you would like to call it.
It's my condominium.
And, I it's very kind that you and Dee's have me over for dinner.
Yes, we do.
And Dee's cooks most of the food that we consume.
I'm the queen.
You're the queen. You do absolutely jack shit.
I do something.
What?
I drink wine and I set the table.
And you tic-tac. And you don't really set the table that often.
I do set the table.
Okay.
I'm resentful of you saying I don't set the table.
What do you put some plates down?
I don't put the plates down.
Yeah,
you guys
we do the plating.
You do the plating. I put the forks and knives down and the napkins and sometimes even the glasses for water.
Wow.
And I always put my wine glass down as well.
It's very cute. Well, you really bring a lot to the table, literally.
Literally, that is
cook
pretty
with
funny.
these. I don't, but it's interesting because I don't have much of a say over what gets cooked. So
he's the boss. He's the
boss.
king of the castle.
I'll
there.
say I don't want to say this too loudly because you can hear, but he doesn't cook the healthiest shit.
I know. I thought I'd be losing weight because I'm very conscious about what I'm eating all the time, and I plateaued. So
His food is delicious.
that's why
it's
it's
very
delicious.
saucy.
If you ever go to a restaurant, the reason the food is so good is because they put a lot of butter in it. They put a lot of salt in it.
He doesn't skimp at all.
No skimping.
Homemade gourmet meals that fatten you up. That's what I'm getting over
You're
here.
still skinny as a rail.
Well, let me tell you. So I decided I'm going to take a little time to cook for myself at home some of these days.
Okay. You lost some weight?
Well, when left to my own devices, what I learned this week was I will just eat vegetables.
I know, because I have another video on Sex Talk with my mom of you just like sitting in front of the computer with a microphone there with a plastic Tupperware full of leaf lettuce and you're just chowing down on it like a rabbit.
That's what I like. I don't know why. I eat lettuce. I eat nuts and grains and vegetables. When I didn't
you're
realize,
like a rabbit. You're
and
like
and a lot of
literally.
beans.
Do rabbits eat nuts?
I eat a lot of mung beans.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear this. Mung beans are super healthy.
Here's what I didn't realize, though, Mother. When I change my diet to be very rabbit-like, it affects my bowels.
Well, duh.
In an extreme way.
So you have diarrhea.
I go from not shitting for weeks to shitting uncontrollably.
All right.
A loose, flappy asshole.
Okay, I don't need to see that at all.
I was sitting on a Zoom call, a business Zoom call.
On the toilet?
I had to go from my desk and take a shit in the middle of the Zoom call.
Oh my God.
Then-
You're going to be like the next, what's his name? The guy that is caught with his pants down masturbating.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they're going to think that
I
they
didn't
don't
know what to
that
do.
you're taking a dump. They might think you're just masturbating and you're going to be the next poster boy for
I swear
being
to
a creep.
I didn't know what to do. I had to shit so badly. So I turned off the video.
I'll be honest, I've had that happen. I've literally had to end a conversation saying, I'm sorry, I got to run. At least most people don't continue the Zoom call while they're having shit.
Well,
Shits like that.
Well, did this fucking happen to you? I'm sitting at the desk later on that day.
You shit in your pants?
I sharted.
Okay, you got to stop eating. Go back to eating normal food with these.
I couldn't believe
That's
it.
disgusting. You shit in your underpants.
It wasn't.
Oh, God.
I checked later. I checked
train
later.
tracks?
No, I checked later. There was no shit that actually really came. It was more of like that.
I don't want to know.
It was like, you know
This
what
is
it's like. It's
turned
the
into shit talk
mucousy
with my
shit.
mom.
Mucousy shit that comes out. It's kind of like just
All right,
damp.
you should call some.
Absolutely repulsive.
Does everybody else have this one
I
friend?
feel like vomiting even just thinking about this.
Does everybody else have this one friend that likes to talk about excrement? I have my one friend. You know who she is.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing gives us more pleasure than to talk about when we sharted or when we shit in a car or when we pissed out the window. I didn't do any of those. I'm just saying nothing gives us more pleasure than when we do.
I think you did shit in a car.
I did shit in a convertible Mercedes.
And you tossed the shit right behind you.
It's such a great story. I literally had a big grande Starbucks cup and we were gridlock on coming back from a White Sox Cubs game. You know, my friend, and I had one of those explosive diarrhea attacks and I didn't know what to do. So I pulled my white jeans down, somehow managed to get that cup underneath me, crapped in it.
Oh my God.
And then as soon as we started going, I heaved it over the convertible. And God knows if it smacked somebody else's windshield full of shit. Can you imagine you're driving in a grande Starbucks? She goes, I'm so glad I got the grande cup. The grande Starbucks cup goes literally flying into your windshield.
Can you imagine if she just got a tall
Tall would not have done it because I actually
You
used
would
it
have
twice.
shit on your hand. You shit twice in there.
Yes, before I flung it.
This is disgusting.
This is called shit talk with my mom today. It's
Ew.
not called sex talk with my
Ew.
mom anymore. It's shit talk with my mom.
It's fucking gross.
I like it. I think we're naming it shit talk with
Shit
my mom.
talk with my
There's
mom.
a lot more shitting going on than sex.
That's 100%
so we might
correct.
as well switch it to shit talk with my mom.
I like that a lot.
All right, done. So, Sneaky Freaks, you are now a member of Shit Talk with My Mom.
Yes.
Starring Karen Lee Potter and her son, who's nonstop eating rabbit food, shitting.
You know, we did have a listener comment about.
Oh, boy.
She gave us a little story that I'd like to share.
I'd like to hear it.
This is from Raylene. She says, "Don't know if this is a wilderness story, but my father-in-law used to live in the house that had a guest room above the garage where my husband and I would stay when we would go and visit. Although the only way to access the bathroom was through a door that connected the garage to the main house. Well, I woke up in the middle of the night and had to use the restroom to find that my father-in-law accidentally locked the door to the bathroom, so I couldn't get in to use the bathroom.
That would suck.
Granted, this is the middle of winter in Wisconsin. I just decided to pee my pants, wash myself off with the bottle of water I had, and change my clothes. My father-in-law said, "Why didn't you call me?" I said, "It was 3 a.m. And he said, "Well, I'd rather you wake me up than voluntarily pee your pants." And I said, "Well, too late now." Thank you for that story, Raylene.
I feel much better.
That you're not the only one that pisses your pants?
Well, first of all, that comes with age. The problem is with pregnancy and age, your pelvic floor weakens.
What happens when that happens?
Sometimes when you sneeze, a little pee comes out.
Oh, God.
But there is a solution to all these difficulties.
Oh, is there?
It's called Intensity by Pour Moi.
What is this thing?
It looks like a vibrator, but it's so much more.
It looks like a rabbit, if you're familiar with that type of vibrator.
It does look like a rabbit, but what it does is it actually trains and teaches you how a properly performed Kegel feels, which will strengthen your orgasms. And you're having fun while you're doing it because there's an extra little button that is just for vibrations.
Let me get this straight. This is an electrostimulation device, meaning that it'll give you a little
zip.
A little zip to make you tighten your Kegels.
Yeah.
And then that will strengthen your pelvic floor.
Yes.
And then you get stronger orgasms.
Yes.
And all the while, you can be jerking off.
Well, if you want to put it that way, yeah.
This sounds like an incredible device.
I'm in love with this.
My friends, I'm in love with the fact that you can get $25 off on top of any promotion currently going on their website. They always got promotions. So what you got to do is go to pourmoi.com, pourmoi.com. Use promo code MOM. You'll get an additional $25 off. You'll strengthen those Kegels. You'll have stronger orgasms. And you'll be supporting our show. pourmoi.com. Use promo code MOM. That's in the episode description.
And you know another awesome way to get the Kegels moving?
What?
Just do it naturally, having orgasms.
Oh, just have some orgasms.
Yeah, you know how you get orgasms?
How?
You play the little Dipsy.
Oh, the app with short, sexy stories designed to turn you on?
You know what? I found one here it has to do with dominance and dirty talk. Listen to this.
Feel me move my hands down your chest. Pinch tight on the tip of your nipple.
All right. Enough with this. Can we stop playing porn on the podcast? What is it, a porn podcast?
Why'd you interrupt me? That is not porn. That is Dipsy.
Dipsy is one of our favorite sponsors. Everyone loves them. Basically, it's an app that gives you audio erotica. It has these amazing characters with sexy-ass voices. I don't know how this guy has such a sexy voice. Does this sound like my voice is like that voice?
No, you sound like Mickey Mouse and he sounds like...
What the fuck?
He sounds very like sexy and hot.
I honestly turn on this app just to learn how to do dirty talk like this.
You should. Dipsy has a way of immersing you into the stories. So you actually hear the different actors speaking and it feels like you're actually being spoken to.
Like this guy, you could visualize
Yeah.
exactly the way you want to be visualizing
Listen
him.
to this, Cam.
I'll twist a little tighter.
Okay, we don't need to keep playing
You'll
this.
still feel it tomorrow.
Mom, we do not need to keep playing this.
I like it, Cam. Stop. Shut up right now.
All right, there's also this wellness tab on Dipsy.
Yeah, and the wellness tab actually gives you instructions on how to masturbate and pleasure yourself.
And guess what, sneaky little freaks? Dipsy is offering a 30-day free trial. 30 days for free.
That's an awesome deal.
All you have to do is go to dipsystories.com/mom. That's DIPSEA stories.com/mom. That's in our episode description. Just download the app and you'll get 30 days for free.
And it helps us out too, because that way they know that we sent you there.
Do you want to go into Mom's News?
Oh, Mom's News is crazy today.
Mom's News.
Okay. This one is called Minnesota Man Threw How do you say that?
Methamphetamine.
Methamphetamine-fueled death party for his dying wife. It says sending a spouse off to the great unknown is not an easy task.
What?
For the Johnson family of New Ulm, Minnesota, a proper and required meth, death, metal, and sex.
What the hell?
I mean, this guy, and by the way, look at this guy.
Oh my
He looks
God.
like one happy little meth head.
That guy looks like the guy in Star Wars, the fucking scariest, very pale, white, wrinkly dude with the cape on, with the hat on. Whatever the fuck that guy is.
This guy, Dwayne. Dwayne has a 69-year-old wife named Deborah. And for some reason, she was at the last stages of her life, and she didn't want to end up in a nursing home. So they decided to have this party for her. And when the authorities arrived at their house, they encountered the words death, pard, God, hell scrawled on the front door in red spray paint. The ominous welcome was followed by an extensive discovery of weaponry and a cache of hard drugs. Johnson walks outside naked to greet the responding officers while screaming about his dead wife, and then quickly ran back inside. And when the deputy on the scene entered the home, he found Johnson in his bathtub. The widower was reportedly trying to clear his skin of little white and black things. Now, this story gets so bizarre, and the only thing I kept thinking about is what do you mean clear his skin of little white and black things? What was on his what the fuck was on his
skin? She decided to do a little facial?
I don't know. It sounds repulsive. So Dwayne told the authorities that her final wishes were to die at home and have an actual death party that would involve the couple rocking out to her favorite song, Quiet Riot's Mental Health. By all accounts, they went through with the plan and switched from medication to methamphetamine. And she died. But the death, I would love to hear that song, Mental Health by Quiet Riot. Do you know that song?
I don't know that. Should we play it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Mental Health by Quiet Riot.
I can see rocking out to this. Woo!
I'm gonna rock you till it strikes the hour.
Woo! Bang your head.
Okay.
Okay, if you're gonna rock out and have some meth, this would be the song to do it. I gotta tell you, I'm into that. I'm gonna put that on my sex list. So here's the clincher. Her husband said she was having convulsions but refused to call 911. Instead, he held her down to prevent her from injuring herself during the uncontrollable thrashing. Fewer than 2 hours before her death, the two had sex. She apparently stopped convulsing and felt calmer. And when she finally passed, Johnson washed her body and wrapped her in linen like the Bible told me so. The inebriated 58-year-old was subsequently arrested and charged with felony counts of receiving stolen property and theft. But he wasn't charged with, euthanasia or anything like that.
Well, it sounds like she was on her way out.
She was definitely on her way out.
At what point does it become inappropriate to have sex with a dying person?
Why was that inappropriate?
I'm asking.
Well, I think
2 hours before in this situation.
Well, she consented to it apparently.
Right. So I guess if they're too weak.
This is what you're concerned about?
I'm just wondering if when is the cutoff to having sex with someone?
I remember hearing about someone I knew that had a heart attack while having sex.
Oh wow!
Imagine how embarrassing that was to try to pull yourself over to the phone when you've got a dead man's penis inside of you.
Oh my God!
And to call 911.
Oh.
But the bottom line is, as much as this story is really crazy, it's kind of romantic and loving.
It's a romantic
He
story.
washed her off and wrapped her up.
Sweet guy, Dwayne.
He's heavily armed.
Weird looking. Fucking facial shit.
Why are you concerned with what he looked like? Anyway, I thought that was a little different from my usual mom's news.
Mom's news.
But I thought it was interesting.
Is it time for the next segment of our show?
Oh, no. Here it goes.
Cam's Uppers, it's the place to be.
Fun living is a life for me.
Cam's Uppers. This is the part of the show where my mother gets extremely
bored
or
anxious
or
annoyed
at my story. So this is what I've been thinking about recently this week. Something that a lot of people I think are thinking about right now. There's a lot of introspection going on, a lot of transition. And I think it's leading some people to wonder what they should be spending their time doing with their life.
Okay.
You relate to this or no?
Sure.
Sneaky Freaks, do you relate to this? Please text us 310-356-3920.
So you're suggesting people might be thinking about their careers or just how they want to spend their time.
Yes. So recently I've also been wondering a lot about this, and I think I went down a bit of a lifestyle design kick. Started reading The 4-Hour Workweek after 5 people recommended it to me. And also I'm reading The Magic of Thinking Big. Both extremely motivational and inspirational books that have given me a lot of clarity on how I want to be spending my time. Now,
does this have anything to do with you telling me that you wanted to spend the 9 months off in Tibet or something weird like that?
I didn't say Tibet. You assumed Tibet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Denmark.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Denmark. Anyway, this does have something to do with it. Because a lot of people wonder, well, if I want to change in my life, what should I be doing with my life? And I've experienced this. When I don't know what I want to do with my life, I'll just default to working, which is not great because I don't love working.
Is this why every time I called you over the weekend, I asked you what you're doing, you said automating my business?
Yes.
From Friday to Sunday, you were automating your business.
Yes, because I want to free up some time.
Yeah, well, I don't think it freed up time when you spent the entire weekend automating.
I actually spent not so much time automating.
Was it successful, your automation?
Yeah, man, it's becoming more automatic.
Okay.
But anyway, so the question becomes, what do you do with the extra time? What do you want to do with your life, Sneaky Freak? And
TikTok?
that's a bad question to ask, actually.
TikTok?
Of course, we all know what you want to be doing with your life.
Twerking on TikTok.
Twerking on TikTok is what you want to be doing. But no, the question of what should I do with my life is too daunting, and it's hard for anyone to know. There's no right answer. However, there is a recommendation.
Is there a reason that you're pointing your finger at my shoulder?
I do a little tap.
However, what? What's the recommendation?
There's a better question.
What do you want to do with your time?
What excites you?
What's your passion?
What gets you fucking fired up when you're talking about it or doing it? You know, you think about that. Why don't you do you organize your life? It doesn't mean you necessarily need to make money from that activity.
Right.
But you can organize your life so that you can do more of that.
I have found that I'm pretty good at talking to people and designing what they should do with their lives.
Yeah, no shit you are.
I'm good at that, though.
Yeah, you are good at it.
Thank you. So the other day I was teaching your brother and his friend the importance of TikTok.
What? It all comes back to TikTok. That's the fucking...
I guess it, when you said what drives you or what gives you passion, apparently I'm into this TikTok.
What excites you?
It excites me.
I don't understand why I can't hear any of the words coming out of my mouth.
It excites me.
I know, TikTok excites you. You wake up in the morning, you think, how many fucking followers can I get?
That's what it is.
Shit?
It's a game.
It's a game.
Yeah.
What do you think excites me, Mother?
The Tao of something or other.
I was actually thinking...
The booty llama. The Dalai Lama?
The booty llama.
The booty llama.
That's what you're thinking.
Can you imagine?
That should be your new your twerking name.
I think it is.
The booty llama.
I'm the booty llama of twerking.
Oh, my God.
I got to write that down.
Oh, yeah, write that down.
Booty llama.
Anyway, to the sneaky freaks out there, if you're all at a feeling of a wash...
Wait, what did you decide your passion is?
I'm going back to the clown. I'd love to.
Oh no!
It's not that. Not that I needed to spend all of my days doing it. It's just how do I organize my life so that I can spend some little time periods doing this. So it could be like 2 months of hard work on, and then 1 month intense studying of clown. 2 months of hard work on, and then maybe Muay Thai for a month in Thailand. This is the type of life I'd like to be living.
I think it's a great idea.
Thank you. Are you being facetious?
No, I think it's an awesome idea.
Thank you.
What do I think that it's actually going to occur? No, because you're going to be still working on automating.
No, I'm automating to clear up some time for me to do this.
All right, but you won't do that.
You don't think so?
No.
Sneaky freaks, you heard it here.
Weigh in.
You heard it here. If in the next year I do not travel and do some strange ass thing, like go to clown school or go to a monastery.
There's a big difference between going to clown school in Los Angeles and going to a monastery in Tibet.
Actually, both are in France. I'd like to go to the... There's a dying clown in France that I've been dying to work with.
Literally dying to work with a dying clown?
Yes.
Why would you die to work with a dying clown?
He's the head clown.
What does he do that's so fantastic?
He's a wild looking dude.
Is this the one that threw confetti all over the place?
No, he's in London. I might want to travel and work with him.
So you're going to go on a clown rotation.
Yes.
A visiting
And then I was
clown.
thinking, Thich Nhat Hanh, he's still got a couple. It sounds like he's on his way out. So
Yeah,
might
you
as
better
well
get
try
over.
to.
I don't think that 9 months from now, whenever you're.
You don't think so?
When he's dead by then.
You think Thich Nhat Hanh's got less than 9 months?
Tigg's got he doesn't have a lot of time left there.
Well,
I just saw the Dalai Lama. He's very cute. I saw him on one of. I saw the Vow. That's a scary show.
I've seen him in person. Cute as a button.
Oh my God, is he cute?
He's laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
He's a happy little Dalai Lama.
He's a happy little fuck.
Yeah. Well, so you want to be a happy little fuck like the Dalai Lama?
Yes, or this clown. The clown master is actually he's
more of an inspiration for you.
He's very skilled at directing people on how to find their inner clown.
Do you think I found my inner clown?
Yeah, I think you're close to your clown.
I'm close to the clown?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? Are you close?
I feel very, very distant from the clown.
No, your clown came out in that dance you did the other day.
Yeah,
oh my
sometimes.
God.
Sometimes I can access my inner clown.
Do you know how to twerk?
Of course.
That might be the next video I want to see.
What?
Sneaky freaks. You want to see Cam twerking?
Why
Make
are
sure
you putting this out?
Yeah.
Why you can sign yourself up to be the booty llama, but you don't need to sign me up for being the booty llama.
I just think it'd be funny as fuck to see you clown twerking. Do clowns twerk?
I think there is actually the grotesque clown, the hypersexualized grotesque clown that.
That's what you're gonna be.
Yeah.
I
think that I could get into that.
Oh.
We have some listener questions.
Okay,
Would you like to get to it?
I think so. We better get moving on this one because we're all over the place.
Angela says, "What is your first ever experience with a toy, and what did you think of it?"
What toy? Is she talking about like a regular toy or a sex toy?
I don't think she's talking about a regular toy.
Because I used to
say, "Oh yeah, Thomas the Tank Engine."
No, I was thinking the Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box was your first toy?
I think you were so scared of that I had to put it away.
No way.
Yes, I just remembered. You were so fucking scared of that goddamn because you wind it, all of a sudden it pops out. You were like you would go hysterical, so I'd have to put it in the closet.
Most kids like that shit.
Yeah.
Not this
That's
one.
why I had not this one.
That's where the fight or flight response kicked in.
You were you did a flying out of the room when you saw that Jack in the Box come out.
Did I cry a lot as a kid
No,
at scary
never.
things?
Yeah. I mean, no. Okay. No, you never cried at all. You were not a crier. If you were upset with something, you just go to sleep.
It's kind of like today, like what I do now.
Put your head down and go to sleep. But you were very scared. You walked out of a movie at a museum with your grandparents.
You don't take a 4-year-old to that type of movie.
First of all, you were 5. It was the Ring of Fire. It was some sort of nature type of...
Nature?
Yeah.
Volcanic eruptions in 3D. I feel like I'm in the volcanoes.
That scared you.
You would be fucking terrified.
No, I would not be terrified of that.
You wouldn't stand a chance today going to the Ring of Fire.
Okay, I 100% decided you should not see The Parasite.
Why?
Because
first of all, it's called Parasite, not The Parasite.
Okay, you shouldn't see it. Because
All
there's
right.
scary things in there.
All right, what is your first ever experience with a sex toy?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, back in college.
Do you remember who gave it to you?
Knowing me, it was probably me giving it to other people. I think I did. I'm more of a giver of sex toys than receiver.
Well, how did you...
Except now, in which case I'm always the receiver because you need to give it to somebody and it's always me.
I'm constantly giving you sex toys.
Yeah,
Literally constantly giving
all right,
you...
Would you explain that so people
on a
that
monthly
don't know
basis,
what the fuck...
I have a sex toy sent to you.
That's something weird. Okay, people are like listening going, what the fuck is wrong with Cam? He's sending his mother sex toys. Explain why you're sending me sex toys.
We're sponsored by some sex toy companies, and they're regularly sending it to us to give out and try it so that we can speak honestly about
Right.
it.
So I'm the guinea pig is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
You should be very lucky.
I'm quite sure my first experience with a sex toy was actually an electric toothbrush.
You tried the electric toothbrush on yourself.
I did.
You never shared that with me.
Do you know how old I was? I was probably like 20.
And you tried... Were you using the electric... Were you using
Yes.
the toothbrush? And then you said...
I washed
if it
it
can
off.
wash my... And then you... Wait. Is this a made-up story or not?
No, it's real.
This is it. You had a
The
toothbrush...
dog is having like a...
The dog just heard this and
attack.
almost had an aneurysm. Wait a minute.
I don't know for sure.
You-
this is back...
you're brushing your
talking
teeth with
42
Oral-B.
years ago.
And then you decide one day, oh, that vibrates. I bet that would feel good on my clit.
Yeah.
And then you put it down there, and then you said, oh, I got to wash my teeth now. And then you put it back up there?
No, I washed it off.
I can't take it. I can't take it.
Why?
Disgusting.
I guarantee I am not the only one who's ever tried this.
310-356-3920. That's our number. Please let me know if you're brushing your teeth with your sex toys or using your fucking electric toothbrushes as your sex toys.
Okay, so it's probably that's an
inspired
emergent
the fucking fantasy.
It's not a fantasy. It's going to happen.
You've been saying for years
it's
how
not
you
a
want to
fantasy.
create.
It's a reality. Don't say it because people are going to steal my
You've
idea.
said it on the fucking podcast so many times.
I think it's a good idea because it's always charged up and you just remove the head. See, I would make it with removable heads.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. That's the one change I'd make. You know, I had a wonderful experience using my fucking toothbrush as a vibrator. The one thing I want to change is the fact that I don't want the same head going into my vagina.
First of all, you don't put it on. You see, that's a man's way of thinking.
No, it's not a man's way. You don't think I know about a clitoral vibrator versus with the fucking air pulse
I wasn't sticking with the bristles and everything up my vagina. That was not happening.
I was using hyperbole.
Okay, go ahead.
I know more about vibrators than you do.
That's 100% true. 100% true. And here we got a listener text, Eric. Okay, I'm divorced, 38-year-old male. Have a girlfriend of now 2 years, same age as me. She wants sex every single night. I usually have to have a few beers at dinner and sometimes gives me the old whiskey dick, so it takes forever to come to orgasm, and my cock usually gets sore even while using lube. Question is, how can a dodge a night or two? I guess he is how can I dodge a night or two of sex with her without upsetting her? Sex is amazing, but not when it's painful. I just need a break at least one night a week to recover a little.
You know, a lot of people don't acknowledge the fact that my dick is a fucking rotten mess after I have sex.
What? What do you mean it's a rotten mess?
Yeah, I have sex and I looked down at the dick and I was like, how did this happen? It's all in such pain.
Why is it in pain?
It's raw.
Oh my God.
Fucking
that's because
sore.
I'll tell you why. Because you have it so infrequently that the thing is like, what is going on
It's like
here?
a wilted flower.
And then sometimes you have it like 5 times a night. And
I overdo it.
Yeah, you overdo it.
And my balls are fucking, I feel like they're like completely like garbage at that. Like,
well, you also come quickly and then you do it again and again. So who knows? Maybe... I think you got some issues. When you get a steady girlfriend, I think this is all going to be resolved.
I mean, it really is fucking a painful act.
Okay, it's not a painful act. It's not supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be
during is fine. Afterwards, I'm like, what did I just do? I just took razor blades to my fucking dick.
No, you probably didn't use enough lube, and who knows what was going on over there? Because your poor girls probably get sex like 5 times in a row because you hadn't had sex in so long. You just
like a fucking Energizer bunny.
Yeah, and this guy is saying like he just needs a break.
Yeah,
I thought what you were going to say is people don't realize that frequently, although the stigma is that men want sex every night all the time. It's sometimes there are women that are just horny that want it all the time, and it's okay both ways. And you should be honest with the person and say, listen, I adore having sex with you, but I'm a quality, not quantity kind of guy. And
that's a good line.
Yeah.
And then you can say, and here's a fucking toothbrush if you'd like.
Yeah. Bring the toothbrush back.
I did want to say we actually had another listener question from Anonymous saying,
okay.
I'm a 60-year-old female. I've been married for 22 years. My husband has had prostate problems and is impotent. He has no interest in trying anything, not to mention trying to take care of my needs. He is retired and I still work, so he's always home. I've tried sneaking around to masturbate, but he shames me and makes me feel bad about it.
Wait, stop. What the fuck is he shaming her because she wants to masturbate for?
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, get out the goddamn electric toothbrush.
You own your own pleasure. He does not own your pleasure.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
She says, this has caused me to resent him so much that all I can think of is leaving him so that I can find a satisfying relationship. Here's the problem. We have a big house payment and both our names are on the mortgage. I have perfect credit and I'm not going to just walk off and let it go. When I try to talk to him about selling the house, he gets irate and hateful. Help. What do? I don't want to live the rest of my life without sex. Look at that.
That's
we got the inverse problem over here.
That's very... Yeah. No, she wants to have sex, and the other guy, Eric, he's saying that the girlfriend wants to have sex way too much. Both of them are. It's the same problem.
Here's what I recommend to Anonymous.
Anonymous is you got to do what makes you happy. What do you think?
You got to do what makes you happy. It's very. I think a problem. Listen, I've never been married. I've never been divorced. I imagine a very tough process, but I do think that you need to create a little bit of a boundary, saying, "Hey, if you're not going to prioritize my pleasure." That's part of life. That's an important part of life for me. And I'm going to prioritize my pleasure.
I mean, she's only 60 years old. I can tell you because she's about my age. Our sexual peaks are, starting at 40 and late 40s. So she's probably still peaking.
She's peaking, baby.
The main thing is this is a communication issue. This is not a sexual issue.
For both of these questions.
She needs to sit down and have a serious talk and go to a sex therapist and get them to go through this with them. Maybe they can work out something together. I mean, it doesn't even sound like they're doing much in the way of cuddling or any kind of just, massaging each other, any kind of, that.
And I get why she'd be fucking resentful.
He thinks she's nuts for wanting to masturbate.
And what's with the ego there? What he feels like? I mean, it must be like an insecurity. Like, oh well, I'm the only thing that she should derive pleasure from. What is it? Are we back in Egyptian times?
But before she does anything, go see a lawyer. Don't start asking. Don't talk to him first. Either you go to a sex therapist and try to work it out, or you go to see a lawyer and try to work it out that way. Don't get yourself fucked and the house and everything else.
And don't pull us into it either. We're not professionals.
Yeah.
We don't know shit.
Excuse me.
What?
We know a little bit, but we're just not wanting to take any responsibility no matter what happens over there.
Eric, you should also communicate.
Yeah, Eric definitely has to talk. Yeah.
Just share those feelings.
And
don't hold it in.
And try a better lube.
Shout out to our favorite lube, Uber Lube.
Oh yeah, we can get a discount on that one.
10% off and free shipping when you go to uberlube.com. Use promo code MOM. That's our favorite high-grade silicone lube, body-friendly,
right?
Tasteless.
I'm thinking
scentless.
I think that Eric could definitely use some Uber lube.
All right. Let's wrap it up, Mother. Let's wrap it up by saying we're going to do a Patreon party next Wednesday, November 18th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. It's a gobble turkey time.
It's a pre-Thanksgiving little Patreon party with all the sneaky freaks. We have so much fun during these Patreon parties. It's all on Zoom. A lot of weird pets actually come into the picture.
Yeah, and it's the gifting season. If you want to support our show, join us on Patreon. That is a way you can support us financially. At as low as $5 a month, you'll get bonus content, and you'll be able to participate in this fucking fun Zoom.
It's patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom.
We'd really appreciate you joining us there.
patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom.
Gobble, gobble. I want to thank everyone who's left us reviews.
That really helps, by the way. Honestly, we're not getting a lot of reviews lately. And we asked last time for some reviews, and we got some great reviews. So if you want to leave a review, you can. Doesn't matter where you listen to your podcast. You can leave it at ratethispodcast.com/ is it mom? Yeah, /mom.
I wanted to read one.
Please do.
You get a load of this, Mother. The subject is the podcast that started it all.
Say no more. I love it.
Hey guys, M here. I'm 24 years old, a Taurus, and a huge fan of this podcast. Sex Talk with My Mom is honestly one of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. The first time I listened to it was when my now boyfriend/partner showed me episode 319, The Sexy Roommate, shortly after we got together. If you hadn't already guessed it, apparently I'm the sexy roommate. LOL. He took your advice to a T, and I believe a good portion of why he fessed up first was thanks to you guys and your advice. So thank you. Do you remember what this episode was about?
Yeah, we talked about communicating.
The listener has this is a crush on the sexy roommate,
right? And didn't say
he
anything.
Didn't know what to say.
Yeah, and we said just tell her how you feel.
So this is the roommate.
Glad it worked.
So she's saying, I was honestly too scared to ruin our friendship and admit my feelings to him as he was. And I was so relieved when he confronted me in a healthy conversation and we got all our feelings out in the open.
Woohoo!
We have now been together for 3 months and it has been the happiest and healthiest relationship I've ever been in. Thank you, Cam and Karen, for creating a safe space for open communication and for making sex and relationships more comfortable and normalized conversation. Keep doing what you're doing. P.S. Karen, I always sing along to your Birds and the Bees song, and my partner always giggles at me.
Oh.
I'm a big fan, and I have so much love and admiration for both of you and Cam.
Oh, I'm going to cry. Oh.
M0427, you are the sexiest roommate. Thank you for this wonderful, wonderful message.
I'm all for clumped right now. Those are the kind of rewarding texts or messages I like to receive.
Can you believe this?
It made me feel so good to read that.
We're inspiring some pleasure over here, some real human connection and emotions.
Making the uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
Yeah, I guess you can't really get to anything substantial without getting uncomfortable. Oh, that was a wonderful, wonderful quote that I read about in the Tim Ferriss book.
What?
He said something along the lines of, you can measure one's success by the amount of uncomfortable conversations someone's willing to have.
Wow.
Yeah, he was quoting someone else as saying that.
So uncomfortable conversations lead to sexy roommates.
Yeah, it's
together.
Unbelievable. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm happy to be part of this thing.
And you know what I
Thank you
like?
for listening.
That they shared it with each other. They shared our podcast with each other, which is what you guys should do. Share this with a friend, a partner, or a father, a mother. I was going to say a kid, but only if the kid's over 18. Share it with people so that people get the word out. Don't be so selfish.
I very, very much thank you for this review. Thank you to everyone who's left us reviews. Again, that's ratethispodcast.com/mom. And I think, Mother, we got to give them that thing that people are giggling at when they sing along.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and finding a way to do some twerking with Nina E. No, you don't like that one.
Just
either.
horrible. Honestly,
It's getting worse.
the worst.
The worst.
All right. We love you. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
We love each other.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.